Welcome to MunoM 2012, en direct de Munich. France!
I'd like to introduce myself and our excellent Secretary General. My name is Laura Van Holstein, but for this conference I go by the name of President of the General Assembly. And next to me we have Olivia Darling, who is the Secretary General for this year. First, however, I would like to welcome to the stage Mr. Van der Eyck, who is the Vice President of the European Patent Office, also a patron of MunoM and, most importantly, a fellow Dutchman.
And we also thank our sponsors and the host companies. And last but not least, the organizers of MunoM from our own school, especially the colleagues here, the president, the head of the team, Mr. Ryan, and his assisting teachers, Mr. Jasper.
Thank you for the presentation. Also, what we have and what we do caretaker at our school or his team of assistants being us. And if you happen to bump into any of the other teachers who do know that
the French delegation is delighted once more to see all of these countries gather on this occasion. We do wish once again to find solutions regarding the worldwide conflicts and problems. Hopes are high. These last years, we've been able to solve many problems and alleviate some tension in more different countries.
George W. Bush, President of the United States of America, decided to invade and attack Iraq. Why? Because the UN authorized them to use drones over this country. We do not want these kind of things to happen anymore. We can use satellites that are more than efficient to control conflict zones. Satellites do not use fuel, therefore
Distinguished Chair, dear delegates, since the issue of Cyprus originates in 1974 from the will of the Greek Cypriots to merge with Greece, we believe that enosis, which is the word for what I just said, they are merging, should be illegal in order to prevent further problems on this issue and to attain peace for all time.
This is divided up into any points of information?
Yes.
So France proposed this amendment since green energy and global warming seem to be one of the main issues between all of these countries, and replacing the biomass by 2020 at the rate of at least 80% by other ecological energy would be a solution maybe to this problem of global warming. And I think that France agrees on the point of UK about that this is not really good for the economic reasons, because we still need biomass to make fuels, and that's why we left a rate of 20%. But we also think that using this food in those LDCs as food or create more food where places where more food can be grown is a really good point that Iraq made. We shouldn't only be facing ourselves to and sticking ourselves to problems of global warming, but also to points that those findings have to be solved. And in the eyes of France, this amendment that we made could be a start of a good debate to reach what Iraq wanted in the first place.
Thank you, delegates. The delegate representative.
I'm open to free.
Are there any such amendments? Republic of Korea, you can recognize.
Is the delegate aware that by replacing all fuels by ecological waste, this may increase actually the other fuel prices, which would lead to the increase of shipment prices of food, which would in the end result to higher food prices in the end?
And then I think what we're seeking for in those countries is a growth in the agriculture sector. And as other clauses of this resolution states, if we're going to help them technologically and educate them in other ways, their economy is still going to grow. And we have to have enough energies to provide and to supply this growth, because in the time the amount of energy needed for those countries is going to improve. And I think that using the fuels, for example, fuels are still going to be one of the main problems for those countries, because transportation of the materials and the working of the machinery that will be imported to those countries is going to be essential for the actual growth of agriculture. Yes.
Is the delegate aware that, as mentioned by Canada, this is a current issue and long-term solutions such as by 2020 will not immediately have an impact on anything and will so far not really solve our issue?
Well, France agrees with the delegate of Israel, but does the delegate of Israel actually have concrete and short-term causes that could help us resolve the famines in those countries and find other ways in the short term to actually get what the resolution wants? Because in our opinion, by 2020 is not that long as a term. It's only a space of time of 8 years, and to have such changes in economy, you can have it in a short term.
Misunderstanding with the delegates, the UN should monitor any kind of scientific research in the Department of Military Science or Civilian Science.
Is the delegate of the information committee? Are there any such points in the House? The delegate of the United Kingdom?
Is this not a friendly amendment?
Stand.
Point of information to the chair, is
Yes.
this not a friendly amendment?
The delegate has not stated that it is a friendly amendment, therefore we are treating it as a traditional amendment.
Okay, point of information to the delegate of France. Is this a friendly amendment?
Clause, since the clause, the transition clause for Syria, and the delegate said, it said, we shouldn't put economic sanctions on Syria. Why is the delegate now when we can do this for Pakistan?
The Russian Federation thinks that Syria is totally devastated.
To follow up, in Syria, India and Pakistan, we have the same problem. People are dying every day. What's the difference?
Well, I'm too tired to give an appropriate answer.
Delegate, please refer
Who is the poor little country that cannot subsist and is on the verge of exploding, that decided to build a fence so that illegal immigrants incoming into their country would drown and would die trying to come into the country? People that do not have a pension of 100 euros per month. They have nothing. They are the only thing that they might have is one toe less, because they were tortured and because they are on the verge of dying. So, is the delegate aware of the fact that it is more important? And if the delegate wants, maybe we could decide on someone controlling the territorium on which the fence was, that disables immigrants from actually arriving into Greek territory and takes them in and sends them to and resettles them into other countries of Europe. This delegate must believe that what is outrageous is not this amendment, but the fact that Greece actually tried to murder people and continually tries to do so and succeeds.
Thank you for the input, combo. We never in any word have sanctioned about.
You're only putting pressure on the people. In the last years,
First of all, however,